And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. And I'm going to start your reading right now. I'm not going to say any more of that rubbish. So the first card you have, you pass the 8 of Swords. Yes. Okay, so I think obviously this woman's stuck. She feels really trapped. She feels as if she can't move forward or go back either. And I think this is about you. I think, you've come really far. I think you've really come away, really, really far away from a really difficult person, a really negative person. I think this person created a lot of problems. There was deceit, there were lies, all of that kind of thing. They're a very confused person. I think they probably said some quite nasty things to you. Some really, really horrible words. That's what I'm seeing. Now, they said these words because they were trying to excuse themselves and make themselves feel better. They did something wrong. They had some bad behavior. And that's why they said these words to you. Not because they believed what they said. I don't think they did. I don't think they did believe what they said. I think they were saying this to take the heat off themselves, to turn things around onto you. That's what I'm seeing. And I think you might still be carrying some of those words around in your head and some of the hurt from those words. Because if you look at this woman, she's far away from home, and houses can represent relationships. So you've moved away from that, you've moved on, but I think some of these words are probably stuck in your head. I think this person might have promised you stability as well. They were going to be your rock, they were going to be your earth. And I think they also promised that they'd be there for someone else, to take care of someone that you cared about as well, but they did not do that. That's what I'm seeing. You had to provide this stability for yourself. So I'm seeing two things happening here. I think you walked away from this initially. I think you had to provide that stability for yourself, but you're very, very emotional at the same time as when you were building this up for yourself. Especially in the early stages. I think you're past the early stages now, but in the early stages, you had this kind of upset, sadness, all of that, and you had to kind of be stoic. You had to kind of build that up for yourself. And when you combine these two things here, stability, which is like earth, rock, and emotion, which is water, you get mud. And that's where this woman's stuck. She's stuck in the mud. She can't go forward. And I think for a long, long time, that's where you were. You couldn't go back and you couldn't move forward either. So I think you have moved forward. You've moved forward quite a lot. But now you're just kind of... you still have that last little bit in your head, those last few words in your head, and you just need to get past that. Sorry about that noise. Talking about getting past things, get on your bike, get past things, get past these words, because I think you're almost there. You've been through so much with this person. You've been through everything with this person, and now you've got this last little tiny bit that you just have to get out of your head, and then you'll be over that last thing. So you've come so far, so just don't let these words stop you from moving forward, because I think that's all that's happening to this woman. If you look at her, she has this blindfold on. She has this kind of rope around her, but it's not very tight. So it's just your emotions, it's just these swords, these words that are stopping you from making just that last little bit that's going to push you forward. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense. I know I went off, and I know that motorbike kind of set me off. Okay, so the next card you have, you pass the World. Yeah, look at this. You just need to drop that last little bit, just those little words, and you'll be free. Look at how free this woman is. She's floating in the sky. Look at the difference between her and the woman above her. So you'll go from that to that. That's all you need to do, is drop those words out of your head. And I know it's not easy. I know when you're carrying around hurt and emotion, and someone's words are kind of stuck and they're going around and around. It's really hard, I know. But that's what you have to do. Now, yeah, I think before you met this person, you were a lot more confident. Yeah, they really took a lot out of you. And yeah, I think it feels to you as if you've been dealing with this for a lifetime. There are two infinity symbols on this card. But they're wrapped around a laurel wreath. Look at that, laurel wreath symbolize victory. So all you need to do again is just take that last step and you'll be into victory. You'll be into freedom. You're nearly there. You've been around all the four corners of the globe of your emotions with this person, with this world here. I think they're in and out of your life a lot as well. So you had that going on as well, kind of up and down, up and down. But, you're at the last corner now. You're at the final corner. You just need to get over that last step and you'll be there. You'll be there into freedom. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So please try to push yourself out of that. The last card you have, you pass the Hanged Man. Yeah, I was saying you've been around the four corners of the globe and look at the shape of this man's leg. They're making the shape of a number 4. So again, the other thing this is showing me as well is that, again, you don't want to take any notice of anything this person says. I think you know that logically. And you're not listening to them now, and they're not even around you now, I don't think. But yeah, don't listen to these words that are stuck in your head, because they weren't thinking in the right way, and they're not now either. They're never thinking in the right way because they're upside down. They're seeing the world from upside down, the wrong way up. Now, you might be a little bit angry with me if I say this to you, but I have to say this. This is what I'm seeing. It might be that subconsciously you might be holding on to this hurt and these words because of fear, maybe. You might be a little bit afraid to leap into something, to maybe push yourself into something. Sometimes people do that. They say, oh, but I've been through so much. I can't do this. I can't do that because of all this thing. I've still got this anxiety. I've got this hurt. Now, I don't want to pick on you. If you are feeling that hurt, I know it's genuine. I know it's there. But there has to come a time when you get past that, when you move past that. There are opportunities in front of you. There are a lot of things in front of you. I'm seeing one thing you might have started. Maybe you just started this in your head. I don't know. Because I'm seeing a picture of you sort of dreaming about being in a certain place, doing whatever this is. It might mean, you have to travel or move or do something to be able to do this thing. You might have to move to somewhere else. But again, these words are still holding you back, whether you realize it or not. I think they still are. This card can be about sacrifice as well. So yeah, here's this message. Don't sacrifice your dreams. Don't sacrifice your aspirations because of this hurt, these words. Just think about this, because you might still be letting this person hold you back without realizing it. It might be subconscious. And I'd hate to see that for you. You don't want this person to be remotely controlling your life. You're in control of your life. You really are. You just have to realize that. You can't let this hurt say, oh, I've had so many problems in my life. I can't do this. You can. You absolutely can. It might take you a bit of time. It might even take therapy if it has to be that. It might take a lot of meditation. It might take a lot of work. It might take you writing things down. Try everything you possibly can just to get over that last little hurdle, because I think you've already worked really hard. You're just at the end. That's what I keep on seeing. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Star. I sound like I'm really bossy and I'm really sorry about that. So yeah, the Star. Okay, it's funny because I nearly said the Start. So this can be about hopes and dreams and aspirations. You know that, the Star, there's hope. So, and this woman's turning her back on the Star in this picture. She's got her back to the Star. So again, this is telling me that by hanging on to this old hurt, even if it's subconsciously, you're stopping yourself from seeing the Star, from seeing your aspirations and from walking toward them. You're stopping yourself from achieving what you want. Don't do that if this is resonating. Turn around, turn your back on the words and face the Star. You're around the wrong way. You're facing the words and you've got your back on the Star. Turn yourself around and face the other way. Make a start. Do this, because again, if this person's words are stopping you from achieving things, they're controlling you. You're letting them control you, even if they're not around you. I know this is repetitive, and I know I'm being bossy and horrible, and I don't mean to. It's just I'm being shown this over and over again. And I'm getting very passionate about this because I can see you've just got this little bit to go and you can get there. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just trying to push you over the edge. I'm sorry about that. I'm not going to say any more about that. Okay, the other thing I'm seeing here is, okay, this is a little bit strange. It's a little bit specific as well. I'm seeing a song, music. Maybe you heard a song that might remind you of someone, or it might remind you of a certain time that might be happening. I'm seeing things being put away in boxes. I'm also seeing music being put away. I know that sounds strange. So maybe to get over someone, you stopped listening to a whole lot of music because it reminded you of a certain time in your life. And I think maybe you might have heard some of that music recently, or that might happen to you soon. So, okay, this is going to sound so strange when I'm going to say this. If that's happened to you, if you've heard some music recently that's reminded you of an old time in your life, I think there's something that you're probably going to have to reopen or revisit from that time. Now, okay, so I'm going to try and explain this. Now, it's probably going to, opening all this up is probably going to feel a little bit uncomfortable for you. It might be a little bit painful for you as well. Now, okay, so I think someone that's come from that time in your life might come back to you. I think this is for a practical reason. I think someone's going to come and ask you something about, okay, don't be upset. I think there's going to be a question about someone who's not here on this earth anymore. Someone wants to know about something this person said to you, I think, at one time. I hope that makes some kind of sense to you. It might not, it's very, very specific, but if it does, and if you suddenly hear some music from that time, that might be the start of this happening. It might be the start of this person connecting with you. Now, don't be afraid. There's nothing to worry about. The only thing is, it might bring up some old feelings, some old memories. That's all. That's all that's going to happen. I know that sounds really weird and bizarre. But if you have heard this music, if you know who this is, if you can think about this, if any of this is making sense to you at all, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I want you to know that you don't need to be afraid. It's going to be fine. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay, I know that's strange. Okay, so the next card you have here present is Justice. Okay, so right, I'm just smiling. I'm smiling when I see this because I get this in your readings over and over again. And it's just showing me the same thing that I keep on seeing in your readings. It's a reminder, things are happening. There's some kind of situation going on where you want justice. It's dragging on. And, you're wanting fairness. You're wanting fairness for you, and you're wanting fairness for someone else. That's what I'm seeing as well. So it is happening. All I can see in this is it is happening. This is here to show you that, because you might be feeling as if nothing's happening right now. It's slow, but things are happening. They're happening behind the scenes. There's a curtain behind this woman, and we can see what's behind it. We can see that there's some brightness, some light. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. That's what this is here to tell you. It's all happening behind the scenes, but it's definitely happening. You've had this card and other cards that kind of say a similar thing in your readings for, I don't know how long you've had this in your readings for. It's been going on and on, but yeah, that's what this is showing you. So just hang in there again. I keep on saying the same. I'm sorry I keep saying the same thing, but the same thing keeps on coming up. I'm sorry about that. So, okay, so the last card you have here present is the Chariot. Okay, you are going to have a lot of stress around you. I'm sorry this is so negative. I can't help it. Because you've got this past person coming back. You have whatever's going on in the Justice card still around you. You've got the energy around that that's been dragging on and on. I know that. And so at this time, I think your emotions are going to just be up and down a bit. So just be a little bit careful. You'll be a little bit more sensitive at this time, more than you usually are. It's just going to be one of those times. You might be extra defensive, because this is about reining things in, reining in your temper maybe. I don't think anything or anyone specifically is going to do anything to you on purpose. But just keep all this in mind, when you start to feel extra angry or sensitive or upset, walk away, punch a pillow. You might find yourself feeling a bit down for no apparent reason, or even a bit tearful. So just keep that in mind, and keep in mind that it's going to pass. Just keep on saying to yourself, this is going to pass. This is the Chariot. It's going to go past. It's going to go past. It's going to go past. Also, in a love situation, you might be a little bit extra sensitive. You might think they're saying things to kind of hurt you on purpose. They're not. And when you look back and you see this, when you're in a better frame of mind, you'll say to yourself, what was I upset about? I don't think they even said anything. So just, if you're going through this, because this is the present, or if you're going to go through this, if you start feeling like this, just keep on saying, this will pass. When I look back on this, I'm going to ask myself what I was so upset about. And that's what's going to happen. Again, this is the Chariot. It's going to go past. But in the meantime, protect yourself like the man in this Chariot. He's got a box all around him. If you're starting to feel like this, go off somewhere by yourself. Do something else. Anything just to get past this. But you will get past this. So the first card you have, your future, is the Six of Cups. Okay, so I think this is about this person who's coming back to ask you this question. Now, again, this is specific. It's only going to resonate with a few people, because I know this is quite an odd thing, and I don't normally see things like this. So, yeah, this is such an innocent, beautiful card. So I think the message here is to not fear this. Again, it's innocent. This person who's coming back, they're going to be really mindful of how you feel, because I know this is a sensitive thing. They're going to be really careful of what they say to you. But yeah, again, they want to know about a conversation that you had with this person who's not here. It's some question that they want to know about something they said to you. Yeah, they don't mean any harm. They're friendly. They're kind. And I think this person who passed on, I think they might have left some children behind. Very, very sad situation. And I think the information that they're asking for is probably going to be passed down to these children. So they want this information to pass down to them. It might be medical information. I'm not sure. It's something that they've said. And they want to know something about that. I don't know. It might be about a will. I don't know. I don't want to guess, because I can't see exactly what it is. But if this is resonating, you'll know what this is yourself. Yeah, and I think, yeah, they have left some children behind, because I'm just looking at this man to the left of this card, and he's grey and he's small, and he's walking away from these children, from this innocent scene. So yeah, it's very sad. So I just feel as if I need to keep on telling you that, no one wants to hurt you, no one wants to harm you. It's going to be fine. And I keep on seeing all this extra sensitivity around you at this time. So I also, for that reason, I keep on feeling as if I have to keep on saying it's going to be fine, you're going to be okay. So yeah. Okay, so the next card you have for your future is the Queen of Wands. Right, so this is completely different. The energy in this card is 100% different. I love this. This is full of let's go, let's get on with things, let's do this. I love to see this. This is what I want to see. So I'm seeing a choice here, and it's a choice I think that's going to lead to some kind of victory and positivity and all of that, lots and lots of positive things if you make the right choice. Now, I think this is around work or around business. And I think what this card's doing, it's encouraging you to be brave and go down the path that's not very easy, but it's a path you've always wanted to go down probably. So, if you look at this card, there are two scenes behind this beautiful queen. On one side, There are these beautiful golden pyramids pointing up toward the sun, pointing toward the positivity. And on the other side, there's a sort of dull looking footpath. That's what it looks like to me anyway. So it's kind of a very dull pedestrian kind of thing on the other side. It's very boring. So this card's asking you, it's saying, which side do you want to choose? Which side do you want to choose? Now, there's bravery here with all these lions all over this card. So to make this choice, to make the right choice, you're going to have to be brave. You might have to go against some people to do this, some people's expectations of you. You might have to go against what they want you to do, or you might have to change direction, or you might even have to lose some people, because the Hanged Man's in this reading as well, and that could be about sacrifice as well. So you might have to sacrifice some people. So if you know what this choice says, if you know what this is, if there's something you've thought, I've always wanted to do that, I've always wanted to do that, but I'm a bit afraid, I'm not brave enough, I've still got these person's words in my head telling me I'm this and I'm that, that's all rubbish. Ignore that, stupid fool. You can do this. You can do this. Please do this. That's what I'm seeing all over this reading. You know that you can do this. If you know what this is, take one step toward that as soon as you possibly can. Again, I'm not going to get bossy again, I promise. The last card you have for your future is the Four of Wands. I'm so happy to see this here. This is what I'm telling you. This is 11:11. The gates are opening. This is the time. And that's why I'm seeing these messages about you having that last little bit of heart holding you back, those words. You just have to shake that last bit off and you can move forward through these wands. Look at these women. They're waving to you. They're saying, come through, come through. Make that brave choice. It's not easy, but it's the right one, and it's going to lead you to all this amazing positivity. There's something you've wanted to resonate. Look at these roses in this card. They represent, resonating, not resonate. What? Resonate. What did I say resonate for? Manifest. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I hope you know what I'm talking about. There's something you want to manifest. That's what the roses represent. Manifestation, not resonate. Why am I saying that? Anyway, despite me saying all stupid rubbish, you know what this is about. Think about this thing you've always wanted to do that's just that little bit difficult. Think about that thing you've always wanted to do, but someone said you can't do it. Someone's horrible words are stopping you. Shake off the words and move toward this. Please take your first step now. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be bossy anymore. I'm going to finish this reading, Gemini. I hope this resonated. But as you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you so much for watching.